Hey everyone, welcome back to the Encrypted Capital Recap for Tuesday, February 16th. First off, got this article pulled up here from Forbes. It says, not just Tesla, big institutions keep piling into Bitcoin as price rockets past $50,000. So I thought we'd go ahead and take a look at the chart here. And as you can see, it did not rocket past $50,000 at all. It actually shot up to $50,400 and then immediately retraced. So I don't know what Forbes is talking about, but it did not rocket past 50 grand. I did want to go over some other talking points here. It said that Bitcoin soared past a new record high of $50,000 on Tuesday morning as a surge in institutional interest continued to fuel the popular cryptocurrency's huge rally. Here are all the Bitcoin announcements from business giants in the last week alone. I thought this was important to take a look at because, as mentioned in previous videos, they came out with a ton of information all literally within the same week. So it says here, key facts. On Monday morning, business analytics company MicroStrategy announced a $600 million debt offering and says proceeds of the sale will be used to buy more Bitcoin. And then over the weekend, news broke that $150 billion division of investing giant Morgan Stanley is considering adding Bitcoin to its portfolio. Then we got BNY Mellon announced on Thursday last week that its wealth management arm will now process cryptocurrencies through the same channels as other holdings like stocks and bonds. The same day, the approval of the first North American Bitcoin exchange traded fund was announced in Canada. Then, MasterCard is also joining in, announcing last week that it will begin to support some cryptocurrencies on its payment network. Then, 68%, that's how much Bitcoin has gained in 2021 from levels around $30,000 at the beginning of January to Tuesday's $50,000 record, a rally that many experts attribute to more serious institutional interest rather than speculative retail trading. You guys know our position that the big corporations have had their position set for a very long time. If you go and take the price when the 19 hit back in March of last year, you would have seen that Bitcoin was trading at approximately $3,800, I believe it was. And now it is currently trading at $50,000. That is huge, huge gain. You're talking approximately about 13 to 14x your money. So keep that in mind. It says the key for Bitcoin's path higher is to win over more corporate endorsements. Wanda senior market analyst Edward Moya wrote in a research note last week. And here it says, chief critic, not everyone is bullish on the most popular cryptocurrency. Earlier this year, Bank of America called Bitcoin's rapid rise the mother of all bubbles, which I thought was interesting because if you guys were aware over here, when I talk about doing your research, we got Bank of America files patent for settlement system citing Ripple back on July 21st of 2019. It said Bank of America has filed a patent application for settlement system citing the Ripple ledger. Goes on to say the patent in question, the application of which was published on June 6th, describes a system using distributed ledger technology as an interbank communication tool. The proposed system would enable real-time settlement with transactions being communicated through a shared decentralized ledger to which both banks would have access. Keep that in mind because we're going to go over here to who is Satoshi Nakamoto. Bitcoin's creator remains a mystery. Don't you think it's funny that Bitcoin was created by some dude supposedly named Satoshi Nakamoto, a genius from Japan, but no one knows who Nakamoto actually is? In my opinion, it is quite possible that Satoshi Nakamoto is a group of people and or a government. Why do I say this? Let's go and do a quick little deep dive here. We got Ripple payment protocol. The history of Ripple was conceived by Jed McCaleb and by Arthur Brito and David Schwartz, who then approached Ryan Fugger, who had debuted in 2005 as a financial service to provide secure payment options to members of an online community via a global network. 2005, that is several years before Bitcoin was introduced in the white paper. Fugger had developed a system called OpenCoin, which would transform to Ripple. The company also created its own form of digital currency referred to as XRP to allow financial institutions to transfer money with negligible fees and wait time. In 2013, the company reported interest from banks for using its payment system. Don't you think that's interesting that Ripple actually preceded Bitcoin? Which is why I think that there's a very high chance that some of these people involved right here had also created Bitcoin. That is just my theory. This is my opinion. And here's why. When you go to Justia Patents, patents assigned to David Schwartz Enterprises, Inc. David Schwartz is the CTO of Ripple. He filed for a patent, which is described as a multi-level distributed computer system for distributed processing, preferably includes a plurality of personal computers. A task inputted to the system is divided into a plurality of portions. As many of the portions as possible are distributed for processing on the lowest level of the system. Those portions unprocessed on the lowest level are distributed for processing on the next lowest level. Remaining unprocessed portions of the task are distributed to available computers on successively higher levels of the system until all the tasks have been distributed for processing. This was back on June 18th of 1991. That's the date of the patent. It was filed back on August 25th of 1988. David Schwartz has had distributed ledger technology patents since June 18th of 1991. Isn't that interesting? I also found some other interesting things. He wrote in a tweet, "You think it's particularly hard for the NSA or the government of China to do a 51% attack on Bitcoin. All it takes is money, and they can short Bitcoin to cover some of those costs." I thought it was funny that he mentioned the NSA in this particular tweet, and he makes a very good point about Bitcoin. But he also used to work for the NSA. Here's a tweet from David Schwartz on July 12, 2018. "The NDA I had to sign for the NSA had a list of things of theirs I promised to keep secret. Usually it's stuff like partners, business practices, trade secrets. In their list was existence of. Yet my first day at Fort Meade, a crew was filming a documentary inside the NSA." So now we've linked David Schwartz to the NSA. We've linked David Schwartz to developing distributed ledger technology all the way back in 1988. All the way back in 1988. So this has been in play for 33 years. Don't you think that's interesting that this gentleman was describing exactly what digital currency and digital money was back all the way in 1988? Also used to work for the NSA. He's also had a article done on him in Forbes called Ripple's $1 Trillion Man, where it goes into some of his background. And I say this also because you have to keep in mind that China owns, 80% of the mining pools. I think 5 out of 6 of the biggest mining pools. Don't quote me on that. I just watched a video from the Digital Asset Investor where a gentleman had mentioned exactly how much control China does have over the Bitcoin network. And we all know that Bitcoin is not that great for the environment. So could it be possible that XRP does take that role since it is decentralized? Since it is a 4-second process to send payments. It is the fastest out of all the cryptocurrencies. It has a $10 billion company backing it called Ripple Labs. This is all stuff that you guys need to research and tie together. And I'm kind of doing it for you here, but you guys should look into it for yourself. Don't just trust me. Do your own research. You shouldn't trust anybody without doing your own research. So again, back to my point. A Bank of America filing patents to use Ripple. This is very, very important. This, in my opinion, has been the plan for a very long time. And it could very well be possible that Bitcoin was the test run, or not even the test run, honestly. If Ripple came out first and this whole XRP ledger and distributed ledger technology came out first, you have to question what exactly was Bitcoin's purpose? What exactly was Bitcoin's role? Was it the role to transition into a currency like XRP, or to get everybody on board with anonymous transactions that are sent peer-to-peer that can't be tracked or traced, even though they now can be tracked or traced? So these are some of the things that you guys got to think about when you're diving into these cryptocurrencies is, who's behind it, who created it, what could be possible? Like, why would there be a guy named Satoshi Nakamoto who just made this coin in his basement and now no one's coming after it and everybody's just agreeing to use it? It doesn't really make much sense to me. So you guys got to look into this stuff. I wanted to wrap it up with Justin Sun here. This came out earlier today. Justin Sun denies bid to enlist 13.6 million sub YouTuber as Tron Shill. This gentleman, I guess, was proposed by someone from Tron to go ahead and talk about Tron, or quote unquote shill Tron. And I thought it was funny because this gentleman said that he was talking about Dogecoin, and then around midway through the video, he described an email claiming that Tron or someone from Tron wanted him to do some promotion for it, representing the network. And then it said he stated that the email detailed information on how Tron had paid high-profile influencers such as Lindsay Lohan and Neo to make sponsored tweets on their social media posts without publicly revealing they were affiliated with Tron, reiterating allegations that may land Sun in trouble with American regulatory SEC. And what I thought was funny here today was that he said that Brownlee took a dim view of the approach, claiming that it was an example of the very antithesis of a project like Doggy, where growth was organic. Really, the Doggy growth was organic when you had Elon Musk shilling it for like 3 months straight, posting memes, and then you had all these other celebrities coming out talking about it. I mean, basically, everybody's promoting their projects, whether they had him state if he should or should not disclose that he was approached by them, I guess is a whole nother story. But these other guys aren't doing it. So, who knows? I think this is just FUD on Tron's part. Maybe it'll push the price a little bit lower so people can buy back in cheaper. I don't really know exactly what's going to come out of this, but I did pull up the Tron chart today. There is not much going on. I mean, it's still trading at around 5 cents. Who knows if this may bring it lower. If it does bring it lower, I will definitely be adding to my position, maybe looking to buy around previous support over here, right around 4 cents. If it does go that route, get a nice 20% discount. But as always, guys, please do your own research. Find those good projects, find those suppressed assets. And if you guys like what you heard, please drop us a like, comment, and subscribe. So with that being said, that will do it for this edition of the Encrypted Capital Recap. And we will catch you all in the next video.